Hello and welcome to the Season 4 Mythic Plus guide for Holy Priests. I am Q and I make seasonal guides and content for aspiring Holy Priests in Mythic Plus. New keys are posted to this YouTube channel every Sunday, so don't forget to subscribe. My ambition is to spread knowledge and motivation to the Holy Priest community. To join the fun, all you have to do is click the Discord link down below in the description. We have our very own Holy Priest channel with all the resources you might need on your journey. I also stream on Twitch. Shoot me a follow at twitch.tv/Hellokyu to see more of my content. I typically stream weekdays Stockholm-Berlin time. Without further ado, let's deep dive into this season's Holy Priest shenanigans. Season 4 will challenge the Holy Priest in its utility, movement, and selective burst healing. As opposed to Season 3, the build will not be centered around a solid haste cap, but rather give us some more space to choose our own preferred build. Season 2 was a lot about consistency, as reaping was a very self-sustained affix. The build was pretty much entirely up to the player. Season 3's beguiling was very burst-centered. We focused a lot on haste and critical strike to be able to keep up with the rough emissary apex, and we brought our best DPS supported essences and traits to support the high demand of burst damage. Season 4 will give us some breathing space. We're no longer forced to play specific builds to keep up in the Mythic Plus scene. This gives us room for creativity and will definitely help the overall appreciation of the spec in the long run. Before we move on to the specifics, let's take a look at the latest, Corruption. This N'Zoth contaminated type of gear allows us to play around with different kinds of buffs, for a price. Depending on how much corruption you're wearing, you will periodically spawn different negative effects around you. This ranges from a small circle of ticking damage, an angry image of your character chasing you, to even reduced healing taken. As for the corrupted gear pieces, the higher the rank of the corrupted piece, the more corrupted effects it will cause. If there are high benefits, for example a DPS corruption that does a lot of damage, it will also have higher corruption. This is unofficially called a ranking system. A rank 3 corrupted piece may display a huge benefit, but that also means you may not be able to wear any other corruptions to minimize the risk of negative impact. This requires us to be a bit more mindful of how much corruption your group is running. If you're pushing keys and don't feel so comfortable with all the corruption everybody's wearing, make sure to let them know. For the Holy Priest, this gives us a chance to do more damage and also buff our secondaries. Some good stat enhancements for Mythic Plus dungeons include avoidance, versatility, and haste. For damage, Gushing Wound and Twisted Appendage are very much considerable. Depending on your playstyle, if you're more of a Holy Nova type of healer, other corruption may suit you more, such as Twilight Devastation. Any secondary stat buff is great, but eventually it all comes down to your playstyle. In the description I have linked a Google document with resources to help you figure out which type of build you prefer, and a corruption priority table based upon your chosen build. Feel free to check them out. The ideal talents for the Mythic Plus pushing Holy Priest will generally always be the same. We've got some extra single target healing through Trail of Light's replicated heals. We're quick on our feet with Angelic Feather if we don't decide on more defensive capabilities through Perseverance or Angel's Mercy. This season does require a lot of movement, so unless you really feel the need for more defense, make Angelic Feather your primary choice. The third row has our Guardian Spirit cooldown reduced to 1 minute if not procced. This is a solid talent that you can use to keep someone extra safe during stressful times. Shining Force is a strong choice still, especially for tank hiding. Surge of Light provides us with speedier single target healing on the move, and some much needed mana saving for those really rough weeks. It also goes well together with Trail of Light. Circle of Healing is a great talent for weak star AoE heavy. Divine Star has a short cooldown and can be used to provide some extra damage. Again, Apotheosis remains dominant, proving to excel in burst healing with a strong cooldown reduction buff. It works nice on the move and has a 2-minute cooldown. With the new additions to our essence table, the preferred essences look a little different this season. Our new favorite mages will be Vitality Conduit. This essence steals health from other high health members and always leaves a little absorb on the member it steals from. It helps the non-preemptive Holy Priest to be a bit more versatile. The major can be used for tank heavy weeks, for example Teaming Fortified and Raging. Vitality Conduit in the minor slot does a lot of overall healing through its absorbs, and is generally preferred all weeks. Well of Existence. You charge up the well through your overhealing, which can be especially easy if you're running a high mastery build. Feel free to have a look in the Season 4 document to help you create this build. You then release all stored healing into an ally with an instant cast. If in a dangerous situation, well might proc passively onto a low health ally. Spirit of Preservation. A strong single target heal that really complements the Holy Priest's playstyle. It also scales with Guardian Spirit, much like your other heals. The minor effect buffs your flash heal and works both in the major and the minor slots. You always want this essence in one of them. Crucible of Flame. This essence adds a lot of damage to your overall, and can really help push the health of a mob or a boss. Cast it whenever and watch the DPS meter go wide. Ever-Rising Tide. If you're feeling comfortable with your mana usage and want a much needed haste and healing buff, feel free to use this essence in the major slot. It's available to you every 30 seconds. Your mana regen is halted during the uptime of this buff, but the strength of your healing will stack with every heal you cast. These have been the best majors. As for the minor slots, these are the ones you want to take a look at. Vitality Conduit, Conflict and Strife, Spirit of Preservation, Formless Void, Well of Existence. These Azerite traits are in order of priority, and you always want to make sure to keep these in mind. On the left hand side, you will see all the healing center traits. In the middle are our defensive traits, and on the right hand side are some good damage and stat buffs. We get some nice single target buffs through Permeating Glow and Promise of Deliverance. Prayer of Healing is buffed through Prayerful Litany, and our overall healing and rough moments are covered with traits like Blessed Portents and Savior. The by far best self-sustained trait is Resounding Protection, where we get buffed every 30 seconds with a shield. Sanctum helps us mitigate some magic damage, Bulwark of the Masses gives us an initial shield while close to a bigger pack, and Gemhide gives you avoidance when doing more damage than 10% of your maximum health. Our stat priority is finally free to pick without any bigger inconveniences. You can choose between running a build of control, letting your mastery be your primary stat with a heavier focus on versatility right after. Your other stats may passively come as you set your priorities. You can also choose to be a more bursty healer, stacking haste first and keeping your versatility high. This allows for you to add more damage to your overall. Remember not to let your critical strike fall too low, as it's still a beneficial stat. Letting your versatility rule the world this season, however, is definitely going to prove useful for squishiness and overall healing and damage. Desperate Prayer is a defensive that increases our maximum health by 25% and instantly heals us for that amount. Don't be afraid to use this defensive. Purify is a single target friendly dispel for disease and magic. Mass Dispel is a friendly and offensive magic dispel, covers a maximum of 5 targets. Use Fade to lose threat. If you're running with the Azerite trait Sanctum, this also counts as a small defensive for magic damage. Shackle Undead cages an undead enemy. Good places to use Shackle is, for example, in King's Rest and Underoath. You can use it to temporarily keep a mob away from the group, or simply to interrupt the cast when nobody has a CC for it. Mind Control serves an amazing purpose for Bolstering Week. Before the first bolster goes out, you can mind control the enemy to keep it from bolstering. Just remember to keep it far away from you, as this generates threat. If it comes a bit too close, pop your Fear or your Shining Force. Psychic Scream is an 8-yard AoE fear. You can use this to keep a mob off of you, or as an AoE interrupt. Down below, you can find all the additional resources to help you on your journey. including guides in text form, corruption priority table, best add-ons and weak auras, and a link to our Discord. Subscribe to this YouTube channel for Holy Priest POV videos every Sunday, and more informational content in the future. I hope you found some value in this guide. Good luck out there, and thank you for watching!